I'm Jade, and I'm joined with Bedlam Crooks. We have
Aaron,
Rob, Tom, Dave, Zach.
fabulous.
Professional.
Since I last saw you, what's the band been doing?
Aaron, studio. We've been trapped in a room in Moswell Hill in North London, recording a studio. It's been good, like instruments were good. Got a bit of cabin fever at the end though. We've still got a lot to do, but like 2 days ago we got our first mix for our first single.
Be careful what you say.
Don't say it.
Right, are we gonna,
Almost gave away a nugget
anyway,
there.
yeah, which I'm not going to say the name of. But yeah, first mix is sounding good. We need to do a few things, but studio's not over yet, so we'll keep you posted on that.
Other than that, we've been quite quiet, really.
Yeah.
Got a gig.
Well, I mean, you say quiet. It sort of depends, really. I mean, we just haven't had any time to do anything else. Like,
Yeah.
We've just been in the studio the whole time, really.
Got
like,
our launch show.
Yeah, yeah,
album launch.
yeah. That's a good point, actually. We announced our launch show the other day, which is the 5th of October. It's we're headlining the Borderline in Soho. That's gonna be cool.
Oh, cool. How was your last tour?
It was really up and down, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Like it was like some of the best shows I think we've ever played as musicians.
Yeah.
Like we're on that tour, you know, let alone in the band. But you know, then we had some really like not so great shows. You know, and it's sort of like followed it by the night. You know, one night we'd be playing to like 400 people in the Scala, people who'd know our songs and we was having a really good time. And the next night we'd be playing to like the barman.
We had a night at Portsmouth where it was after our first song. I think the average age was about 120, something like that. And by the second song, like we were just like, let's see if we can clear the room, which we did quite a good job of.
Well, as a whole, you know, it was a good tour.
Yeah,
It was
a
really
massive.
fun.
This one was a massive.
It was good to
bonding
try out the
experience.
Sherpa as well.
Yeah.
I
Oh
think,
man.
because the first tour we sort of really didn't know each other that well,
Intimately.
and so like this tour, like we all just like we knew how to get along. We knew, you know, how to have a good time, and we just cracked on. And it was a good. I had a great time.
Yeah.
I can only speak for myself.
Like the first tour, we had a big van, so we kind of had a lot of our own space.
Had a TV in it as well.
Had a TV. It was hooked up. The second tour.
The second tour was like the ending scenes of Spinal Tap, when the band is circling the drain and they've got nothing left.
We had a van from the 70s. It was so old it had a choke on it before you could start it. Had a couple of hammocks in it.
Broke down a few times.
Shit, broke down a bath. Broke down a lot, but it was Tom's aunts and uncle's van, and it was his 30 years.
Because if you're gonna go on tour, you do it properly.
Like people were stopping us at traffic lights, and they were like old people were stopping us because this was some kind of cult van. How many were made?
52?
Like something like that, because the rest of them like spontaneously
There's a
combusted.
reason. There's so few of them.
Yeah, so we nearly died on tour, but like honestly, it was like jokes. Like,
But
it
if
was really good.
there was a van to sort of fit the band character, it'd be the Sherpa.
that was it. Yeah.
Is that just like a massive insult to us?
Well, take it however. I think it's a legendary van, but
If you could tour with any artist, who would you pick?
Both.
What's that?
If you could pick any artist to tour with, who would you pick?
To tour with?
Pulled apart by horses.
You know my answer.
Foo
There's
Fighters.
going to be Foo Fighters, isn't it? Or anything Dave Grohl related. I'll settle for them Crooked Vultures. Or Nirvana, but
I'll settle. Like, I'd love to tour with Pulled Apart by Horses, because like they're a great band. I reckon they know how to party.
Slayer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down that route. Mastodon. I'd tour with Mastodon definitely.
No,
any day.
I guess to compliment our music, I don't know really.
I'd like to go on tour with like, I don't know, the Maccabees.
That'd be
that'd be
great
sick.
tour.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Like someone like that. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Old
Maccabees
school.
would be great.
Yeah.
Foles would be great.
I'd probably take that as quite an insult. but- They only won the Mercury Light last year or something.
What can fans expect from the new album?
A punch to the face when they listen to it. Through the speaker.
brilliant
Bang.
description.
Yeah, it like compared to what anyone knows of the stuff that we've released before, this is like a lot grittier, a lot dirtier, and like I don't know. To me, like it sort of sounds like the album sort of like played and sung through gritted teeth a little bit.
Okay. Do any of the lyrics have a personal meaning?
All of them.
Everything.
Everyone.
I don't get him started.
We find these out like every few months. We find out what the songs are actually about. Just one day Zach will be like, "Oh yeah, that's what that song's about," and we'll be like, "Is it? Oh yeah, okay."
But like,
I think it has a different, like Zach will like write the lyrics and then we'll all take our different meanings.
Yeah,
from
but
it.
no, but I like that because I write quite ambiguous sort of lyrics anyway. But like, you know, I don't.
Yeah.
What's the point? If I was to make it really obvious, and you know, then it just, I don't know, you could read a book or a short story.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Like I don't know, music's sort of more about like how you take it. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I wanted the lyrics to fit it as well.
The more obvious the lyrics are, the cheesier the music becomes anyway, I think.
You know, it would be really nice if people like discover their own meanings.
Yeah, exactly. I want people to take it their own way.
relate to them like day to day and just stuff that they do. And like, I'm going to put this track on because this is what it means to me. If we do that, like, I think like we've done a good job.
What does the future hold for Bedlam Crooks?
Oh god.
It's
Don't even know.
like throughout this whole throughout since we've started the band, like we've always been like really regimented, and we know exactly what our next move is, and what's coming next, and what image we want to portray at what point in time, and how we're going to the methods that we're going to use to get there. But at the moment, it sort of all rides on how people perceive the album. It depends what opportunities we get sort of put our way once we start putting the single out, as to how we'll sort of put out the rest of the album. And then once the album's put out there, how the album as a finished piece is sort of received, and then we'll only know our next move at that point. Do you know what I mean? So it's sort of at the moment we're sort of stuck in a limbo, and it's quite strange for us as a band because we're sort of just waiting on chance really.
Cool. And finally, for the viewers of Hold Up Now, what advice do you have for bands trying to break through?
Don't start a band.
Don't get a Sherpa. Save up loads of money.
Get a Sherpa,
because you are going to be
you like you've never been bonded before.
Make sure you've got an account for Wonga and
get really pally with them.
No,
but I mean,
I'm a platinum customer.
I mean, seriously, I don't really think there's anything you can do, what any artist or band could do personally, in my opinion, apart from write music that's true to you. Don't sit down with your band and go, oh, what's trending at the moment?
Yeah.
Let's try and copy that. Write music that's true to you. Like, at the end of the day, even if the rest of the world hates, at least you 5 or 4 or however many people in the band will like it. And then once you've got that, then just work, until you can't work anymore. Until your fingers are bleeding.
Yeah, that's the thing. You've got to get up off your arse, I suppose.
I think I've seen.
If it wasn't for him, we'd still be on our asses.
No, I don't.
Seen far too many good local bands, especially that, although they've got quite far in terms of getting a fan base down and stuff, they just don't have any drive in them to chase up and to go out there and try and get things. So they just sort of hit a certain level and then they just stop for ages and they just stay there, and they don't get where really they could be if they had just kind of just put themselves.
I think
out there
think outside the box as well. Don't follow the usual sort of passageways. I don't know. For example, a load of the bands that we've been in the past, we've all sort of gone, okay, let's release another EP until we get signed. Let's release another EP until we get signed. With this band, we released one EP and we were like, meh, whatever, let's get over that. And then we got up off of our arses, worked really hard, to make the money and and to write the album and to make a fully recorded, properly, professionally sort of done album, full album. I don't know. I think we've sort of I think you send a sort of a message when you put that much effort into it.
Yeah,
even if everyone hates it, even if everyone gets it and they think wow, not for me. But I think they would have respected the fact that we've sort of suffered for our art, as it were.
What we did our this.
Yeah. It's all
blood, sweat and tears have gone into this.
Yeah.
We've had no help. We've just
none at all. No, in terms of management, funding, or record labels, we've literally had no help. It's only from independent sort of resources and journalists like yourself that we've ever worked with or had any sort of promotion from. So we're completely self-funded and self-managed.
Cool. You looking forward to the gig tonight?
Yeah.
It's going to be
Local
fun.
turf. It's always a lot more, I don't know, for me personally, it's just
fun,
more relaxed.
Yeah, it's
So
more
you
fun.
just sort of go, not that we don't ever have fun here anywhere else, but here more, so it's just you know, you got more friends around you and stuff like that. So it's just cool to sort of relax and just play a fun gig and just chill out, really. So.
Cool. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Cheers.
See you later.
Cheers.
Cool.
We're Bedlam Crooks, and you've been watching Hold Up Now TV.